Imagine a single dam so powerful that it could light up nearly an entire continent. Deep in the Democratic Republic of Congo, along the mighty Congo River, lies the site of what could become the largest hydroelectric power plant in human history, the Grand Inga project. Planned to generate up to 40,000 megawatts of electricity, more than twice the capacity of China's Three Gorges Dam, Grand Inga is a project of staggering ambition. If completed, it could supply power not just to the DRC, but to countries across Africa, and even export electricity as far as Europe. But here's the catch. While the dream of harnessing the Congo River has existed for decades, Grand Inga has faced delays, shifting partnerships, and daunting political challenges. Some hail it as Africa's energy salvation, others warn it could become the world's most expensive unfinished dream. This is not just about engineering. It's about geopolitics, economics, and the future of clean energy on a continental scale. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because only then will you discover why this mega project could either transform Africa forever or never get built at all. And don't forget, hit subscribe right now so you won't miss the next deep dive into the mega projects reshaping our world. Background. To understand the Grand Inga project, we first need to look at its extraordinary setting. The Congo River is the second largest river in the world by discharge, surpassed only by the Amazon. It carries more water than any river in Africa, and at Inga Falls it plunges through a narrow gorge, creating one of the most powerful natural flows of energy anywhere on Earth. The dream of harnessing this colossal force is not new. As far back as the 1950s and 1960s, planners and politicians envisioned using Inga Falls to power Africa's industrial future. The Democratic Republic of Congo, rich in natural resources but plagued by poverty and instability, saw Inga as the gateway to prosperity. The first attempts came with Inga the Womb, completed in 1972, followed by Inga II in 1982. Both were impressive for their time, but soon fell into disrepair due to mismanagement, lack of maintenance, and political instability. Today, these dams operate far below their intended capacity. The vision of a Grand Inga remained alive, a project not just for the DRC, but for the whole continent. Imagine using the Congo River to power homes, businesses, and factories across Africa. In theory, the electricity from Grand Inga could reach South Africa, Nigeria, and even Europe through interconnected grids. Over the decades, international interest surged. From the World Bank to the African Development Bank, from Chinese corporations to European investors, many have pledged support, and many have walked away. Political instability, corruption, and financial uncertainty have haunted the project at every stage. Still, the Grand Inga concept continues to return to the spotlight. African leaders present it as the key to solving the continent's energy poverty, where more than 600 million people still live without electricity. At the same time, global advocates see it as a step toward clean, renewable energy on a massive scale. So the stage is set, a river of unimaginable power, a nation with soaring ambitions, and a project that could change history, if it can ever move beyond the drawing board. Dimensions and capacity. When people call Grand Inga the most ambitious hydroelectric project in history, it's not an exaggeration. The scale of this mega dam is unprecedented. At full build-out, Grand Inga is designed to generate up to 40,000 megawatts of electricity. To put that in perspective, China's Three Gorges Dam, currently the world's largest hydropower facility, produces about 20,500 megawatts. Brazil and Paraguay's Itaipu Dam, another giant, delivers around 14,000 megawatts. Grand Inga would surpass both combined, making it the single largest source of renewable electricity on the planet. The project is not a single dam, but a series of phases. The first step is Inga 3, projected to deliver about 11,000 megawatts. This alone would rank among the top hydropower projects in the world. Later phases would expand capacity dramatically until the full 40,000 megawatts is achieved. The physical dimensions are just as staggering. Inga Falls itself drops about 96 meters over a series of rapids stretching nearly 15 kilometers, channeling the immense flow of the Congo River. Unlike other mega dams, which often flood vast areas of land, Grand Inga's design aims to capture this natural drop, meaning less displacement of communities and reduced flooding risk, though environmental concerns remain. If completed, Grand Inga could generate enough electricity to power not just the DRC, but much of sub-Saharan Africa. Estimates suggest it could provide electricity to more than 500 million people. With proper transmission lines, it could also export power south to South Africa, west to Nigeria, and even north to Europe via the Mediterranean grid. But such capacity also comes with engineering challenges. Constructing a series of dams on one of the world's most powerful rivers requires massive civil works, advanced turbines, and grid infrastructure spanning thousands of kilometers. It's not just a dam, it's an entire continental power system. In sheer ambition, Grand Inga dwarfs nearly every other energy project on Earth. The question is no longer whether it could supply enough power, but whether it can ever be built to deliver on its extraordinary promise. Financing and partners. If the size of Grand Inga is breathtaking, so is the price tag. Estimates for the project's full development range from 80 to 100 billion US dollars, making it one of the most expensive infrastructure projects ever proposed. Financing such a colossal undertaking has always been the project's greatest obstacle. Over the decades, a revolving door of international players has shown interest, and just as often backed away. The World Bank initially supported Grand Inga, but withdrew in 2016. Citing governance issues in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The African Development Bank has continued to promote the project, framing it as a cornerstone for Africa's electrification strategy. China has also played a key role. The China Three Gorges Corporation, builder of the world's largest dam, has been a potential partner, offering both engineering expertise and financing. At one stage, a Spanish consortium led by ACS was also involved, reflecting Europe's interest in accessing clean energy from Africa. Perhaps the most critical partner is South Africa. With its massive energy demand, South Africa signed agreements to purchase up to 2,500 megawatts from Inga III, providing a guaranteed buyer that could help secure investment. Without such off-take agreements, international financiers would have little confidence in the project's profitability. Still, the financing picture remains fragile. Political instability, concerns about corruption, and shifting alliances have repeatedly delayed progress. Each time a new government takes power in Kinshasa, negotiations restart, contracts are reviewed, and partners reconsider their commitments. Critics argue that without strong governance reforms in the DRC, international lenders will remain hesitant. Supporters counter that no single project has the potential to so dramatically reshape Africa's energy future, and therefore deserves unprecedented international cooperation. In many ways, Grand Inga is not just about dams and turbines. It is about geopolitics, trust, and the willingness of nations to invest in a shared vision. Until financing is secured, the dream of a continent powered by the Congo River remains just that, a dream. Opportunities and advantages. For all the doubts and delays, one thing is clear. The Grand Inga Hydroelectric project carries enormous potential. If realized, it could be one of the most transformative developments in Africa's modern history. First, the sheer scale of renewable energy. With a capacity of 40,000 megawatts, Grand Inga would produce more clean electricity than any other facility on Earth. In a world striving to cut carbon emissions, such a project could position Africa as a leader in the global transition to renewable energy. Second, the potential to combat energy poverty. Today, more than 600 million people in sub-Saharan Africa live without access to electricity. Grand Inga could deliver power to homes, schools, and hospitals across the continent. Lighting classrooms, powering factories, and running clean water systems are not abstract ideas. They are everyday needs that could be met by the flow of the Congo River. Third, the economic benefits. Reliable energy is the foundation of industrialization. Grand Inga could attract investment, boost manufacturing, and reduce Africa's reliance on expensive and polluting diesel generators. It could also position the Democratic Republic of Congo as an energy exporter, selling electricity to South Africa, Nigeria, and even Europe. The revenues could transform national budgets and provide resources for development. There's also a symbolic opportunity. For decades, Africa has been viewed as energy poor. Grand Inga flips the narrative. Africa, not as a victim of shortages, but as a global powerhouse of clean energy. It would be a project of pride and prestige, demonstrating what's possible when ambition meets engineering. Finally, the project could help build regional cooperation. Power grids crossing borders would force countries to collaborate, creating ties not just of trade, but of shared destiny. In short, the Grand Inga isn't just about megawatts. It's about education, healthcare, industry, and identity. It is about Africa's chance to light up its future, literally and figuratively. Challenges and criticism. For every grand opportunity, there is an equally grand challenge, and the Grand Inga project has more than its fair share. The first challenge is political instability. The Democratic Republic of Congo has endured decades of conflict, corruption, and weak governance. For international investors, this creates uncertainty. The World Bank pulled out in 2016, citing governance concerns, and many others have hesitated to commit funds until greater transparency is guaranteed. Then there is the financing gap. With costs estimated at $80 to $100 billion, Grand Inga is one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in history. Securing such capital is difficult even in stable countries. In the DRC, where risks are high, lenders demand guarantees that are often impossible to provide. Environmental concerns also weigh heavily. While Inga Falls allows for less flooding than some mega dams, the ecological impact of altering one of the world's most powerful rivers is still uncertain. Fisheries, biodiversity, and downstream communities could all be affected. Groups like International Rivers warn that the project could have devastating social and environmental costs if not carefully managed. There is also the risk of displacement. Even if flooding is minimal, new infrastructure, including transmission lines stretching across borders, could force thousands of people to relocate. Compensation in projects of this scale is rarely fair or sufficient, fueling opposition from local communities. Critics raise another point. What if Grand Inga becomes a white elephant? Megadams are notorious for cost overruns, delays, and underperformance. In fact, Inga Torrent and Inga II, the smaller predecessors, today generate far below their intended capacity. Skeptics argue that Africa might benefit more from decentralized, renewable solutions like solar and wind, rather than putting all its hopes into a single megaproject. Grand Inga then sits at a crossroads. It could power half a continent, or it could become a monument to overreach, ambition without delivery. The stakes are immense, and so are the doubts. Future vision. So what does the future hold for the Grand Inga Hydroelectric project? The immediate next step is Inga III, the first major phase expected to produce around 11,000 megawatts. Even that alone would rank among the world's largest hydropower facilities. But Inga III has already faced repeated delays, shifting agreements, and political uncertainty. As of today, its groundbreaking remains in limbo. The long-term vision, however, is breathtaking. If Grand Inga ever reaches its full 40,000 megawatt capacity, it could transform Africa's energy landscape. Imagine a continent where power grids stretch seamlessly from the Congo to South Africa, from Nigeria to Egypt. Lights in Lagos, factories in Johannesburg, and even data centers in Nairobi could all be powered by the rushing waters of the Congo River. Beyond Africa, some proposals even envision exporting electricity to Europe via undersea cables crossing the Mediterranean. Such a plan would not only make the DRC an energy superpower, but also link Africa and Europe in a new partnership built on clean energy. The project also fits into broader climate goals. As the world pushes toward net zero emissions, megaprojects like Grand Inga offer renewable capacity on a scale that could rival fossil fuels. For Africa, which has been hit hardest by climate change while contributing the least to emissions, the symbolism is powerful, leading the global green revolution. But the future vision also depends on people. A city without residents is a ghost town, and a dam without functioning grids is just concrete. The success of Grand Inga will rely not only on building turbines, but also on regional cooperation, transparent governance, and sustainable planning. Without those, the future will remain a blueprint instead of reality. So, will Grand Inga become the beating heart of Africa's electrification, or remain the world's most ambitious, unfinished dream? The answer lies in the years ahead. Conclusion. The Grand Inga Hydroelectric project is a story of ambition, power, and possibility. On paper, it promises to deliver more electricity than any other facility on Earth, a staggering 40,000 megawatts, enough to change the destiny of an entire continent. We've seen its unique setting along the mighty Congo River, a natural wonder with the potential to power half of Africa. We've explored its history, from Inga I and II, which fell short of their promise, to the bold vision of Grand Inga. We've examined the sheer scale, the massive costs, the global partners, the extraordinary opportunities, and daunting challenges. If completed, Grand Inga could light up cities, fuel industries, and bring electricity to hundreds of millions who live without it. It could turn the Democratic Republic of Congo into an energy superpower, export clean power across Africa, and even reshape global energy flows. But if it fails, Grand Inga risks becoming a cautionary tale, a symbol of overreach, political instability, and missed opportunity. Its success depends not just on engineering, but on governance, trust, and cooperation across borders. So here's the question. Will Grand Inga fulfill its destiny as the world's greatest clean energy project, or will it remain an unfinished dream, trapped between ambition and reality? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's most ambitious megaprojects, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll explore another project that could change the way we live tomorrow.